Last year, I really made a point of holding back on stationery purchases so that I could make use of what I already own. But last month, I did acquire some goodies, so I thought I would turn this into an opportunity to do a stationery haul. I can think of no better way to start off a new year than talking about some pens and notebooks, a lot of notebooks to go over. Before diving in though, if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I post lots of bullet journal content, stationery stuff, organization content's coming, productivity tips, sometimes food content, vlogs of my life in Toronto, you know, all the things. So don't miss out, hit subscribe, and let's dive in. I want to first start off with this box right here. This is from Archer and Olive, and this was, I believe, part of their new subscription box that they're doing. I've probably been using Archer and Olive for my bullet journal notebook of choice for the past year or two, probably more like 2 years. They're just gorgeous notebooks, and they have such high quality, thick paper, so you never have to worry about colors bleeding through. And in this box are so many things. The thing that I was most excited for is a little sample pack of Archer and Olive's acrylograph, water-based acrylic non-toxic markers. This is the 0.7 millimeter tip. I will be including B-roll shots with close-ups of everything and testing out any pens so that you can see what they look like in action. This came with 5 of them, and they are all beautiful colors. I've seen them all over Instagram, and because I use so much craft paper in my bullet journaling, I know these work really great on dark surfaces too. So I think these are going to be markers that pop on craft paper, on white paper, on all the things. I am pumped to try these out. If I like them, I definitely will consider getting the full pack. I'm glad I kind of get to sample it because they are a bit on the pricey side. Got some decorative washi tape. I don't usually use blue a whole lot in my bullet journal, and these are kind of like blue-based washies, but they are really pretty. Oh shoot, I should have gotten scissors. Can I use my phone charger? I have returned with scissors in hand. One of the things I really do like about Archer and Olive is their presentation of their journals. Like, it comes in this beautiful case wrapped in paper. This right here is another thing that I'm so excited about. This is an Archer and Olive blackout journal, and I've never owned a blackout journal before, but essentially it is filled with all black paper. This is great for writing with markers like their own markers or with like white Jelly Roll pens. I'm not really sure what use I'm gonna have for this yet, or if I'm just gonna use this as like a creative space to have fun with. It also came with another journal. This one is so pretty. Like, come on. Come on. This is a regular white paper dotted notebook made with 160 GSM paper. Who knows, this might end up being my next bullet journal in 2021. Oh yes, I have had a white bullet journal before. His name was Henry. It was a Leuchtturm, 1917. Also great company. And the last things in this box were a little pencil pouch that you can put onto your journal and an A5 notebook cover that has glitter on it. These aren't necessarily my aesthetic of choice, but I'm curious to see how this goes on to my bullet journal. It might be a nice protector for it. That box was directly from Archer and Olive, but I also, when I bought my 2021 bullet journal from trilliplanning.ca, which is also an Archer and Olive notebook, but it's a Canadian website that sells Archer and Olive, so you don't have to deal with the conversion rate from US to Canadian dollars, and you pay a little bit less shipping. I also got this skinny notebook, and I got this originally as the intention to be a reading journal, but I might use like something else as a reading journal and this as like my daily like log of thoughts. I just think it's such a quaint size. Like, I can just hold it in my hand like this, and I think it's beautiful. It has this awesome little charm on the bookmark. So we'll see what this ends up being. If you are interested in seeing what a reading journal would look like, let me know. I'd be happy to do a video on it. This next item was gifted to me by my parents, and it is the Scribbles That Matter dual tip brush markers. It comes in this tinny case, and then you just open it up and it has a little whatever this is, and bada boom, bada bing. Let me see if I can get one out right here. I have not experimented with these at all. One end is a brush tip, and the other one, as most dual brush markers are, is a fine tip marker. One of my favorite dual tip markers are by Tombow. but I am always curious to try out different brands and compare them. And I can already see that even though I do have quite a few Tombos, there are some colors here that are kind of absent in my Tombow collection. So I think I'll get some good use out of it. I love this green right here and these like lilac purples. Black is always a classic one. Between this and these markers, I've got a lot of experimenting to do. This next item was sent to me by the brand. It is the official bullet journal and Leuchtturm 1917 collaboration. This is the second edition of their official bullet journal release. They sent it to me in black, so this is still in its packaging, and this blush pink, and this blush pink is just gorgeous. One of the things I really like about this release is on the front cover, they immediately have a grid guide, so it tells you how many dots are horizontal, how many dots are vertically, how many dots make up half the page or a quarter of the page, all this stuff. So you could just constantly go back to the front when you're creating your spreads and have these as reference points when you're putting designs together. Saves so much time and you the hassle of having to create this spread yourself. I know this is a very popular spread to create as your first page in your bullet journal, but having it on the cover is so convenient. There's also some calendar stickers and a bullet journaling guide in the back. It also is made with 120 GSM paper, whereas Archer and Olive is 160 GSM. So you're gonna be able to use slightly more intense writing utensils with the Archer and Olive, but 120 GSM is still up there. I also like the fact that on the paper there's like these little marks that tell you again where the third and the quarter mark of the paper is. And it also makes it easy to find where the center dot on the paper is, which I have wanted to see more dotted journals embrace, because when I'm designing spreads, I hate having to count all the time. So that little touch I think is really nice. If you want to see me do a formal review on these, let me know. I might do one on my blog rather than on YouTube, but would love to know if there's any interest. This next item is a little bit random, but it's a thing of masking tape. I did buy this myself. I think it was less than $3, wasn't expensive at all. If you watched my 2021 setup and my January bullet journal plan with me, then you saw me use these in my spreads as like a type of washi tape. People use washi tape all the time, but I love the neutral look of masking tape. The smell definitely reminds me of elementary school, so it has that touch of nostalgia to it. I love neutral palettes and making spreads with those neutral palettes, so this is obviously just so fitting. I do want to push myself in 2021 to try just really diving into color. I have a habit of creating pretty minimal neutral spreads and then sprinkling the color in, but I would like to try and just commit to color a little bit more in my spreads this year. We'll see if that ends up happening. No promises. One of my favorite sayings in Portuguese is "Vamos lá ver." We shall see how that goes. I've been wanting to try this for so long, and Rocketbook actually reached out to me and offered to send one my way to try out, and it is the Rocketbook Fusion Notebook. And if you've never heard of Rocketbook before, it's essentially a reusable notebook. You write in it with their pen, and then when you are done writing your notes, you use an app to scan your notes into your computer or your tablet or wherever you store them, and you're able to wipe the writing completely off and just keep reusing the pages over and over and over. What's cool about this one, particularly the Fusion version, is it has templates. So it has a calendar template, a planner template, an ideas list, a task list, goals list, line pages, yada, yada, yada. It comes with the pen and a microfiber towel. I think it would be, if it works really well, such a great option for students. And I know that there's a lot of students who come to my channel for note-taking tips and notebook recommendations. So I really want to test this out to see if this is something I can recommend to anyone who wants to have a notebook or have the experience of still writing their notes, but also the advantage of being able to have your notes available online, because not everyone wants a tablet or necessarily has the budget for a tablet. So something like this can be great. So thin too, so even when you're carrying it around, not as bulky as some other notebooks can be. Oh, I was like, why are they telling me not to microwave my notebook? That wasn't my instinct, but apparently they have a version that you do microwave. This one is not. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of things to keep myself occupied with for the next little bit. So I am once again putting a pause on the stationery shopping. You know, I think it's exciting and really fun to try new things, but I also think it's exciting to use what you own. Let me know in the comment section down below which item that I showed here today got your hard eyes in full-blown mode. And if there's any product here that you want to see me expand on in a more fleshed out review or blog post, that sort of thing, I'd be happy to do that for you as well. Thank you to all of you for joining me today as I unboxed things and hauled things and just, you know, got nerdy over pens and notebooks, because you are my people. You get it. You get this love. And it's very enjoyable to share it with people that I know get as giddy about this kind of stuff just as much as me. A thank you also to the brands that sent me stuff to try out. I'm really appreciative for that. Like this video if you enjoyed it, hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss, as I mentioned when I first started the video, more stationery, bullet journal, organization content. I post Plan With Me's every single month. It's a hoot and a half. And I will see you all very soon with a new video. Until then, bye everyone.